Welcome to another episode of Lunch with the Shark. Join us as we dive deep into discussions about business, accounting, and finance to help you build a business that thrives. Now sit back and have a bite with your host, the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa.
Oh, hello. Welcome to a new edition of Lunch with the Shark. I am your host, Vidal, the Shark CFO Espinosa, and I actually didn't hear or see that we were live. Thank you, back of the house, for letting me know. Tech support, Jeffrey, thank you. And how's your week been? I cannot believe that we are on Thursday afternoon, and guess what? Actually, it's a very nice day. Every single day is a nice day, but today it's National Drink Wine Day. So cheers to everyone. Let's say cheers with a nice glass of wine after work, or hey, with lunch right now. You can have a glass of wine, a two, three, I don't care. I'm not limiting you. You can have as many glasses of wine as you want. So happy National Drink Wine Day. And I think that's the only thing that we celebrate today in the United States. Interesting that it's only one thing, but we need to celebrate that we're alive, that we are healthy, that we're still fighting to get better. And it's a nice day. It's actually a nice day outside. I can see through my window the ocean, some island there, the waves breaking here. It's a nice view. I'm gonna miss it, hopefully in a month or so, or a little bit more, or a little bit less, whatever it is. I'll miss this view. I'll miss other things. I won't miss everything, but I'll miss a lot of things. And tax deadline, it's closely approaching for companies. March 15th, corporations, partnerships. April 15th for individuals. Schedule your tax consultation with us. So get on it. Right? So let's continue on today's topic on how to stay focused as an entrepreneur. It's very easy for entrepreneurs to lose focus. It's very easy for us as individuals to, I was just looking at myself. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought because I look like Jacobo Zabludovsky. If you're old enough to remember him, remember him, he used to wear headphones like this back in the day. And Jeff was telling me, he's like, oh, we need to get you new headphones. It's like, no, I don't need new headphones. I actually love my headphones from Mickey Mouse. I actually wear them on a very rare occasions when I'm trying to concentrate or listen to a webinar, listening to a book or whatever that I need to really focus. And I was wearing them today because there was a lot of noise here at the house, and I said, hey, these are supposed to be blocking, but hey, I still had some noise in the background, and I was listening to a webinar, and I just kept them on. And also, I'm having Disney withdrawal. I need some Disney. I need some Disneyland in my life. So I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll get my Disney. So, you see how easy it is for business owners and entrepreneurs and humans to lose focus. It's very, very easy to lose focus. So how can we stay focused? Part of every entrepreneur DNA that allows them to dream big and envision a world where their creation impacts lives and generates incredible wealth, it's the very thing that can lead us to failure, especially in the early days of working on something. Every new opportunity can feel like one that will challenge everything. We lose focus so easily. Many founders get caught in the circle of changing shiny objects. Ooh, look, a squirrel. Ooh, look, a squirrel. Oh, look, something shiny. Oh, look, something tiny. But when resources are limited and it's a race against time, this can be detrimental. Here's how you can avoid this classic entrepreneur dilemma. So, stay focused on the path of least resistance. Stay focused on the path of least resistance. Some problems are inherently harder to solve. Some markets are more difficult to compete in. And some customer segments take longer to educate and convince for your value proposition. Serial entrepreneurs know this all well, too well. You can spend months, even years, trying to generate revenue for one business and then start another business with money and customers in the first 4 weeks. PayPal started off as a company called Confinity that allowed people to send IOUs from a Palm Pilot to another Palm Pilot only. The relatively niche market didn't adopt their technology fast enough, so they pivoted to create a payment system aimed specifically for web, so that only a person could send money to another. People were just starting to send money online with the rising popularity of e-commerce like eBay, making this demographic an easy target for PayPal, especially if you're trying to get early revenue traction. It is easy to fall into the trap of attempting to sell to any customer that will buy. The truth is, some customers are better fit, both in terms of revenue opportunity and cost. The truth are more important to spend your time on. Others can seem promising, but will never actually materialize into real revenue. Doubling down where you think you're really likely to have the most traction and ignore everyone else. This is a very common distraction. Look, how can I explain to you without hurting your feelings, which I really don't care? If you're a wholesaler, and this is a clear example, and I'm going to use it because it's very, very true. If you're starting to a company as a wholesaler, I know you're desperate. I know you're desperate to generate revenue. I know you're desperate to generate sales. I know you're desperate to generate profit. But really, stop trying to sell to everyone that is willing to buy from you. If you're a wholesaler, stop selling retail. Stop selling 1, 2, 3 products instead of containers. Oh, but I need to start somewhere. Yeah, then open a store. Open a storefront. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that if you're a wholesaler, you're going to go out and source 20 containers a month. Source them until you have those 20 containers sold. Okay? 2, stay focused on where you can build value the fastest. Surviving the early days, meaning creating massive value for a specific customer segment whose pain is not being addressed. You might have a big, grandiose vision of how your company will change the world, but you will not win by trying to solve everybody's problem. Apple did start by creating products that can solve used by anyone. They first built for computer hobbyists that love to think with their electronics. Amazon wasn't always a place where you can buy almost any product imaginable. They first focused on disrupting the online book sales market. Almost every successful business starting off doing something niche. Figure out an area where you can quickly create value for your customers that your competition is ignoring, and avoid working on things that aren't critical to this goal. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to stay focused? Yes, stay focused on where you can build value the fastest in a niche. Hey, you are not Miss Universe and you are going to get world peace. We all want world peace, but we need to start somewhere, right? If you're trying to offer your product to the universe, you're going to fail massively. Niche, segment, little, small, something that you can actually control and manage. Massive value. Massive value. Maybe an anchor client. What do major malls and shopping centers have in common? They have 2, 3, 4 major anchor stores, retailers. Most of the times is a supermarket or a convenience store like Target or Walmart. And by getting Target or Walmart, that's going to define your market. Walmart has one segment of the market and Target has another segment, right? They both sell the same shit, but perception is everything. Walmart, low end. Target, high end. You see? Perception. Sometimes Target, it's least expensive than Walmart, but perception on the value of their products is different. Now, when there's a Target, you'll find a Macy's. When there's a Walmart, you'll find what? Maybe a Nordstrom's rack, maybe a JCPenney, a lower brand. You see what I'm trying to do? Niche. Niche. Don't try to sell to the universe. Don't lose focus. Recognize, number 3, recognize when something isn't working. This sounds contrary to the idea of staying focused on one main path, but it's equally important to recognize when something isn't working. Entrepreneurship, it's full of ups and downs. It's not a straight line up. And it is truly that sometimes you can spend months grinding away at something without a reward. However, if you go too long without experiencing any wins, it can be very difficult to keep moving upwards, forward. More importantly, it can be a sign that you need to correct your course. It's difficult to admit what's going wrong and or that you are going wrong, especially when you've invested a lot of time into trying to make something work. But it's even harder if you're forced to admit defeat and close your business because you've wasted too much time doing wrong things and you have no more resources. Change something about your approach if you're being fighting an uphill battle for too long. Whenever it's your core value proposition, target customer base, or customer acquisition channels, and hopefully you'll finally start to see some positive indicators. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? How long are you willing to go without customers and change your path? Accept that something is going wrong. Eliminate your ego. Acknowledge your defeat of the battle, not of the war, and correct your course. Like in marketing. It doesn't mean that your product is bad. It just needs some reshaping. It needs some work. It needs some advisors to let you know what might be wrong. Not because you're paying high fees to those advisors means that they're the best advisors for you. And that goes even to us. Or maybe you're paying too little fees. You get what you pay for. Now, if you're paying high fees, that doesn't mean that they're bad advisors either. That might be that you do not know how to utilize them. You might not know how to utilize us. But don't be like a client that is paying the low fees and it's expecting that because they're already paying you, you are going to miraculously save their company. Or because they're paying you the highest fees there, you're also miraculously going to save their company. It's a both-way street. You need to know, okay, what's not working based on the advice and based on your knowledge and based on what you feel and sense, and help your advisors advise you. Now, if you are being advised and you seek multiple advice or opinions, you need to understand to differentiate. And if the advisors throughout are telling you, hey, go to the right, and you say, no, fuck it, I'm going to go to the left. Or if they give you a blueprint and you're like, yeah, I'm going to tweak the blueprint. It's like actually buying a franchise to not follow their program, not follow their blueprint, just for the brand. And let's say that you buy a McDonald's. And McDonald's tells you, hey, you know what? We are going to open your store in downtown, and this you're going to buy from us. And then all of a sudden you say, hey, okay, I'm going to open it in downtown, but I'm going to go and buy the meat for the burgers here. I'm going to actually do my own buns. And you switch the menu. Why the hell do you buy a McDonald's franchise for? Stay focused. Identify when something is wrong. How are you going to know if there's something wrong? Do you have goals? Do you have time frames? I know that we've said this multiple times. I know that it's like, oh, well, but I'm just starting. How am I going to do it? There's tons of resources out there. There's tons of resources out there. Okay? So, Simon Sinek wisely said that vision is a destination, a fixed point to which we focus all efforts. Strategy, it's a route, an adaptable path to get us where we want to go. This is very, very important, and this is very, very true. Vision, it's a destination. The strategy, it's the route to that destination. Your strategy will change as you learn new information while working towards your goals. But your vision should stand firm. Unfortunately, by distractions that might come your way. What happens to restaurants or restaurateurs that are struggling? And they open a Mexican restaurant, and then all of a sudden they add Italian food, sushi, seafood, Thai, Korean. They lose focus. I was a restaurateur. I know that. I never lost focus. It was an Italian restaurant, and I always stayed true to the Italian food. But restaurateurs around me wanted it to please every single body in the community, and they had a restaurant that offered everything. Do you think that they were making money? No, they weren't. They were not making money because their menu was so extensive that their inventory was eating into their profits. They never stayed true to their vision. Is your company staying true to their vision? Are you losing focus on your vision? It's very interesting. If your vision is this way, there's a lot of room for you to lose your focus. If your vision is this way, okay, there's not a lot of room to lose focus. Your center, your target, it's very close, it's very near to be seen. So, stay focused, stay on track. Have people around you to hold you accountable for that focus. Tell your vision to whomever you want, as many people as you want. Put it on social media, put it in your company, put it in your house, put it whatever you want, so you can stay accountable for it. Okay? That's a very easy step to do. That's a very simple thing to do. And be held accountable. Our quote for today comes from Rosalind Carter. She was a former First Lady of the United States from 1977 to 1981. And she said, "A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be." Are you a great leader? Are you taking people out of their comfort zone because that's where they want to be? They have to be? Are you providing your clients what they want or what they need? Are you providing your clients what they want or what they need? Because doctors provide their patients with the medication that they need to get better, not what they want. It's been great seeing you today. Bon appetit. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to Lunch with the Shark. If you would like to set up a consultation with the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa, visit his website www.invictus-advisors.com, and don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn.